Section: Introduction. In this section, we explore the growing use of large language models, LLMs, in various applications and the importance of addressing safety concerns related to their deployment. Recent efforts have aimed to align LLMs with human preferences to prevent them from generating harmful responses, leaking sensitive data, or infringing on intellectual property rights. Some studies have shown that both open-source and proprietary LLMs are vulnerable to adversarial inputs that can bypass safety mechanisms. We have discovered that automated algorithms can be used to create nonsensical prompts, called LM babble, that manipulate LLMs into producing specific responses, including harmful or copyrighted content. Our research focuses on understanding why and how LLMs can be influenced to generate coherent text from seemingly random inputs. We use the greedy coordinate gradient, GCG, attack to create LM babble prompts and analyze their effectiveness on different datasets and LLM models. Our findings reveal that the success of LM babble prompts depends on factors like prompt length, target text properties, and prompt structure. Despite appearing nonsensical, these prompts often contain trigger tokens and cluster together in the model's representation space. We also show that minor alterations to the prompts significantly reduce their success rate. Our experiments demonstrate that reproducing harmful texts with LLMs is feasible, sometimes even easier than benign texts, indicating a lack of alignment for out-of-distribution language prompts. While fine-tuning LLMs to forget specific information can make directing them towards unlearned content more challenging, it is still possible. Overall, our work provides a systematic analysis of how LLMs can be manipulated to generate specific text from gibberish prompts. We delve into the mechanisms behind these manipulations and their implications, offering insights into the effectiveness of adversarial inputs on LLM behavior. Section Summary. In this section, we explore the manipulation of large language models, LLMs, using nonsensical prompts, termed LM babble, which can induce the model to generate specific responses. Our research reveals that the efficiency of these babble prompts depends on prompt length, target text properties, and their structural characteristics, showing that they can lead the model to produce coherent outputs. Additionally, we find that reproducing harmful texts with aligned models is feasible, and our work provides a systematic analysis of how LLMs can be directed to respond with coherent text to seemingly gibberish inputs. Section: Robustness of large language models. In this section, we discuss the robustness of large language models, LLMs, and their interpretability. We found that LLMs are highly sensitive to even small changes in the way prompts are presented, which can significantly impact their performance. By improving the clarity and naturalness of prompts, we can enhance the output of these models. Moreover, the order of examples in learning scenarios and question tasks can greatly influence how LLMs respond. When it comes to understanding how LLMs work, deep neural networks are often seen as complex and hard to interpret. Efforts have been made to make these models more explainable, such as using saliency maps to highlight important parts of the input data or model parameters. Feature visualization techniques aim to identify which inputs activate specific neurons, providing insights into how the model processes information. Some researchers have also looked at specific internal components and connections within the model to better understand how they contribute to the model's overall behavior. In our experiments, we used the greedy coordinate gradient algorithm to guide LLMs in responding to harmful queries and generating toxic sentences. We created prompts to steer the models towards producing specific texts from a mix of benign and toxic datasets. These optimized prompts, which we call babble prompts or gibberish prompts, were structured in a certain way despite their random appearance. The greedy coordinate gradient algorithm works by optimizing the likelihood of the target text within the prompt tokens. It searches for the best token replacements at each iteration to minimize the loss. We ran the optimization for 1,000 iterations, considering 256 token substitute candidates at each step. We used a variety of datasets in our experiments, including Wikipedia articles, news article titles, corporate emails, and harmful strings, to construct target texts for the models to generate. We also worked with open-source Llama 2 Chat and Vicuña v1.37b and 13b language models due to their popularity and accessibility. Our main focus was on two metrics to evaluate the effectiveness of Babel prompts: the exact match rate and conditional perplexity. The exact match rate checks if the model's output matches the target text, while conditional perplexity measures how unexpected the target text is given the prompt. A successful Babel prompt results in a lower conditional perplexity for the target string. In the following sections, we delve into the factors influencing model vulnerability to Babel prompts, explore the structure of LM Babel, and examine the robustness of these prompts. Section Summary. In this section, we explore the robustness and interpretability of large language models, LLMs. We find that LLMs are highly sensitive to changes in prompt formatting, which can significantly impact model performance. Additionally, efforts to enhance the interpretability of LLMs include techniques like saliency maps and feature visualization to understand their internal operations better. Section: Probing LLMs with Babel prompts. In this section, we systematically study the behavior of language models when manipulated by nonsensical prompts to generate specific target texts. We explore which type of target text is easier for the models to produce. Our analysis, detailed in a table, shows that Vicuña models are more easily influenced by these prompts compared to Llama models, achieving higher success rates across all datasets. This heightened susceptibility in Vicuña models may stem from their extensive fine-tuning for helpfulness, making them more responsive to unfamiliar inputs. When considering model size, the smaller Llama model is more susceptible to manipulation than the larger 13b variant. Surprisingly, both Llama and Vicuña models find it easier to reproduce toxic sentences from the AdveBench dataset than benign texts from CC News or Wikipedia datasets, despite being trained to align with human preferences and avoid generating objectionable content. We also investigate the factors influencing the difficulty of manipulating models to generate specific texts. Firstly, we hypothesize that it is harder to find effective prompts for longer target texts compared to shorter ones. Our findings show that success rates are high for shorter texts with up to 10 tokens but drop significantly for longer texts with more than 22 tokens. This decline could be due to the sequential nature of large language models, where each generated token depends on the preceding context. Additionally, we observe a direct relationship between prompt length and effectiveness. Extending the optimized prompt to 30 tokens enhances success rates on different datasets. We also consider the impact of target text perplexity, noting that models are more easily guided to produce texts with low perplexity. Datasets with lower perplexity are found to be more susceptible to manipulation, while those with higher perplexity are more resistant. Furthermore, we explore whether models can be manipulated to generate content they have been trained to forget. By fine-tuning a model to unlearn information from the Harry Potter books, we observe a lower success rate in generating Harry Potter-related content compared to the original model. The increased perplexity of the target texts in the fine-tuned model suggests that unlearning procedures make it more challenging for the model to reproduce forgotten content. These results align with our hypothesis that models are easier to manipulate using prompts to generate texts with lower perplexity. Section Summary. In this section, we systematically investigate how language models respond to gibberish prompts aimed at generating specific target texts. We find that Vicuña models are more susceptible to manipulation compared to Llama models, potentially due to their fine-tuning for helpfulness. Additionally, we explore factors influencing the success of finding Babel prompts, noting that longer target texts and texts with lower perplexity are easier to manipulate models into generating. Section: How do Babel prompts differ from natural prompts? In this section, we compare how Babel prompts differ from natural prompts. We conduct an experiment to see how well language models perform on Babel prompts compared to natural prompts. We create natural prompts that are likely to lead to a specific text generation task by asking the model to repeat a given sentence. We then calculate the conditional perplexity of the target text based on both natural and Babel prompts. The aim is to see if nonsensical prompts can help the model generate the target text more accurately than natural prompts. Our results show that for llama models, successful Babel prompts lead to better results than constructed natural prompts, while this is not the case for vicuña models. This difference may be due to the extensive fine-tuning of vicuña models using user-shared conversations. To further investigate how models perceive Babel and natural prompts, we analyze the representations of the last hidden state of the model for the last token in the prompt. These representations, visualized using UMAP, show distinct clustering patterns for Babel, natural, and random token prompts. Babel prompts are notably separate from completely random prompts, indicating a non-trivial structure in Babel prompts that we explore further. One surprising aspect of LM Babel is that even though the prompts seem nonsensical, language models respond with coherent text. When given a random string of tokens, models typically indicate that the question does not make sense. We aim to understand this behavior by examining the characteristics of LM Babel. We analyze patterns in the prompts at the token level to see if there is a hidden structure. Our analysis suggests that although the optimized inputs may seem like gibberish, they could still contain trigger words that guide the model to generate a response related to a specific topic, possibly words from the target text itself. We also explore the robustness of Babel prompts to token-level perturbations. By experimenting with different types of token alterations like permutation, removal, and replacement, we find that even minor changes to a few tokens can significantly impact the success of Babel prompts. Additionally, we observe that eliminating punctuation elements from the inputs disrupts the majority of gibberish prompts, providing a simple defense against adversarial examples. Section Summary. In this section, we compare the behavior of language models, LLMs, on Babel prompts versus natural prompts by constructing natural prompts likely to lead to target text generation. We aim to identify if gibberish prompts can lead to better loss minima for generating target text than natural prompts, observing that successful Babel prompts for llama models are located in better loss minima than constructed natural prompts. Additionally, we explore the structure of Babel prompts, finding that they may contain trigger words related to the target text, exploit the model's internal knowledge, and possess a certain degree of order indicated by lower conditional entropy compared to random strings of tokens but higher than natural prompts. Section Discussion. In this section, we explore the understanding of nonsensical prompts that aim to confuse large language models. By using specific optimization techniques, we discover that these strange prompts can actually guide the models to produce coherent text. We carefully analyze this phenomenon from different angles, looking at the characteristics of the desired text, the complex structures of these nonsensical prompts, how they compare to natural prompts, and how resilient they are as inputs. We notice that creating longer and more confusing texts is harder, and some models perform better with these strange prompts compared to natural ones. Additionally, we see a clear pattern in how these nonsensical prompts are processed by the models, showing a difference in how the models handle them compared to regular language inputs. These prompts cleverly use the model's internal knowledge by incorporating contextually relevant terms, like using wiki for generating Wikipedia-like content or title for creating news headlines. However, these strange prompts are quite delicate. Even small changes, like tweaking a few words or removing punctuation, can significantly reduce their effectiveness in almost all cases. Surprisingly, it's just as easy to make the models produce harmful content as it is to generate harmless content, indicating a challenge in handling unfamiliar prompts. On the other hand, training models to forget specific information makes it harder to steer them towards new, unlearned content. Overall, our research provides insights into how non-human languages can interact with large language models, which is crucial for enhancing their safety and understanding how they operate.